Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about a potential signing in NBA free agency this offseason. As the other day, it was reported by Bleacher Report that the Detroit Pistons, after hiring Monty Williams, are targeting two really good free agents, two small forwards slash pretty power forwards, and that is Jerami Grant and Cam Johnson. We're gonna be talking. I'm not gonna talk about Cam Johnson much. I'm gonna focus on Jerami Grant. I'm gonna talk separately in a different video about Cam Johnson and kind of focus on Jerami Grant here. Jerami Grant, who played for the Detroit Pistons in the 2021-22 season, and then got traded to the Trailblazers for some really decent draft picks in last year's offseason, and Detroit got rid of him. Got some draft picks back from Portland, and he played with Portland this season. Did really well, averaged 20.5 points per game, and was really solid for Portland. There was I think he played most of the season, but there was some time where he missed the lineup, especially at the end of the season when Portland started to suck. But he had a really good year with Portland last year. He was solid with Detroit, but the problem was that Detroit was still in rebuild mode. And now that Detroit has the 5th overall pick, definitely can do some damage with that 5th overall pick. I think Detroit's gonna draft Jarace Walker of Houston. I think you added if you just viewing over the fact, if you sign one of these guys in Cameron Johnson and Jerami Grant. I mean, it doesn't matter which one because both are really excellent defenders. Jerami Grant's a little bit of a better defender, but both are really solid defenders. If on the basketball court you got the defense or the front court defensively is either Jerami Grant or Cameron Johnson at the small forward, whatever one you sign, and then the power forward is Jarace Walker, and the center is Jalen Duren. That is a hell of a defensive lineup. And then your backcourt is Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham at the guards. And then Monty Williams at the head coach. I think they'd make some other moves in free agency or trade market for off the bench. Maybe trade for a guy like Devontae Graham for off the bench. Just throwing out some things there. Either one of those signings, if it's either Jerami Grant or it's Cam Johnson, the front court defensively for Detroit with either one of these guys in free agency and the Jarace Walker in the draft and Jalen Duren at the center would be amazing. But I love the fit for Jerami Grant. I mean, even though there was some rough times in the 21-22 season, it looks like that Jerami Grant would be open to a return with his old team, Detroit. But I think a team that's going to have a really big impact on potentially Jerami Grant is Sacramento. I view Sacramento as a team that is going to want to improve. Sacramento, Harrison Barnes is a free agent. They're going to look to replace him, and they're going to want to get a really good improvement. And Jerami Grant is a guy I see as, they want to improve the defense. And Jerami Grant's in the position of Harrison Barnes, that same position. I see Sacramento making a huge push for Jerami Grant. I think the two biggest competitors for Jerami Grant in free agency are going to be the Detroit Pistons, and then alongside them are the Sacramento Kings. And then on the side, you're going to see the Blazers trying to sneak up and try to re-sign him, because that's something I've been seeing is now the Blazers are saying they want to re-sign him. But I think the Sacramento Kings are going to make a huge push for Jerami Grant. Do I think that's going to change anything about him wanting to rejoin the Pistons? Maybe not, but I think, even though you got a great coach in Monty Williams, a nice young team with Jarace Walker, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren, I don't know. And you got Monty Williams as your head coach. I honestly feel like if you're Jerami Grant, I'm probably still going to Sacramento. And I feel like Cam Johnson might be the better signing for them. He's younger. He's way younger. I think he kind of fits better in that lineup just because of all the young guys. I really think Cam Johnson kind of fits better in that lineup than Jerami Grant does. And I think Sacramento might throw out a high offer for Jerami Grant as well. But I honestly, you know, if Detroit has to choose between one of these guys, which they're gonna have to, of course. Um, Honestly, I would love Jerami Grant to return to Detroit. I think it would be a great signing, but I think you got to go with Cam Johnson. I think Cam Johnson is the expensiver option. It's definitely more expensive, but I really do think honestly that Cam Johnson would fit more better with that young lineup. Even though Jerami Grant's a little bit of a better defender, I think Jerami Grant's going to get some higher offers from some other teams. I think Sacramento's going to make a heavy push on him. Not only that, but the fact that Cam Johnson, he was coached by Monty Williams. The special relationship that guys like Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges had with Monty Williams. I know Mikal Bridges doesn't really matter in this fact, but we've heard how upset Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges were once they found out they were leaving Phoenix because they loved Monty Williams as head coach. I could see the desire for Cam Johnson to return to reunite with his former head coach, and I honestly could really see it. Now I know I said I wouldn't talk about Cam Johnson that much, but I think Jerami Grant would be a hell of a signing, but I just don't know if I see it with the past. I know this Detroit team is looking like it's a lot different than the 21-22 season, but now that they got Monty Williams as the head coach, a couple of new draft picks because Jaden Ivey wasn't there, Jalen Duren wasn't there, and Cade Cunningham was only a rookie, and now whoever they draft with the 5th overall pick wasn't there. So it's more new young guys that are now that there's more guys coming in. The better they start to play, way better impact. And now Cade, compared to as a rookie, is now in his 3rd season. So maybe Jerami Grant puts the past behind, even though after that, and decides that maybe he wants to return to Detroit after not that great of a one season there. But I think Detroit will definitely choose between one of these guys. I think both of these guys are going to have hot markets, but if either one of these guys is going to want to come to Detroit the most, I think it's going to probably be Cam Johnson. To play in that young lineup would be really well for Cam Johnson, and not only that, his former head coach. I don't know if I really see Jerami Grant signing with Detroit. I know Detroit's going to make a push for it. I know Jerami Grant doesn't mind potentially re-signing there after a season apart with them, but I think Jerami Grant's going to get some offers from some contenders like the Sacramento Kings. So I honestly think right now I do think the Sacramento Kings will probably end up landing Jerami Grant, but we'll see. Use them your thoughts. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts, and peace out.